Hi, trumpet players. This is Mr. Round, and I am going to be your sixth grade band teacher this year, and I can't wait to get started with you. Hopefully you had a nice summer. Um, we do know that distance learning is part of what we're kind of going to be doing because of this COVID-19 stuff. So what I've done is I put a lot of videos together here to help you out and show you all the different things that you need to know. And I think it'll be a positive tool that you can kind of rewind and fast forward through and kind of getting the exact help that you need. I'm also going to have Google Meets where I'm going to see once if you can just show me if you're getting the different things, if you know how to hold the trumpet right, if you can buzz on the mouthpiece right, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to get started here. This is day one, lesson one, and we're going to learn how we open up our trumpet case. So most of your trumpets are going to have latches that are like this. And what you need to do is you need to always make sure you're flicking up with your latches. Okay, and the reason is because if you do it the other way, upside down, then everything's going to spill out on the floor, and chances are you're going to drop your trumpet and everything and make big dents, and that's a bummer to have happen, especially on the first week of playing the instrument. Another thing that you need to do is make sure that you have a name tag. And that's in case we're going to be sending it in for any repairs. Some of you are going to need repair, and they're going to need to know whose it is. Also, if you leave your instrument in the lunchroom, or you might have left it on the bus, this is going to be a way that is going to help us make sure that we get it back. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our trumpet on our legs here like this, and we're going to flick the latches up like I said, and open up our case. Now in the case you should have a few things here. You're gonna need a 7C mouthpiece. That's the size of the mouthpiece that you need to get. It'll say 7C on the outside, and if it doesn't say 7C, then make sure that you let me know. Another thing in your case, by the way, this case I don't have all the stuff. I'm not at school, so with this case, it only has one thing in it, and valve oil, and that's something that you're going to need. It's liquid oil that you put on your valves. Okay, and then your case should also have something called slide grease, which is sometimes it's in a similar bottle like this, only it's red. Sometimes it's in like a little small toothpaste tube. Sometimes it's in a little box. Okay, but that's called slide grease. And then next thing that you should have in your case is something called a trumpet snake. And that's kind of a round little wiry tube that has brushes on both ends. It's kind of like something your parents might use to like clean the drain out in their sink, or they use them to get something clogged out of the toilet and something like that. So it's a trumpet snake, and it goes inside your trumpet and cleans out all the gunk inside there. A next thing that you're going to need to have is a mouthpiece brush, and it should be about that long. And they have really tiny brushes on it, and that's what you would use to go inside your mouthpiece and kind of clean out the insides of that. And finally, you should have a cleaning cloth, something to wipe off your trumpet after you're done playing so that you keep the fingerprints and all that kind of stuff off of it. All right, so anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to start with getting a buzz on a mouthpiece. So that's all you need right now. I take the rest of your stuff, put it on the ground, and we're going to learn the concepts of how to buzz your mouthpiece correctly. All right, so first of all, you need to make sure that when you're doing this, you sit up nice and tall, and your feet or your shoulders relax and everything like that. And number one, you got to get your lips wet. You have to have wet lips to buzz your mouthpiece. And so you get them wet, and then you just say the letter M. Now I'm going to get close to the microphone or the camera so you can see. You just say M. You don't go M. Don't make weird faces with saying M. Just go M. And then what you want to do is right here in the corners of your mouth, you want to kind of pull them back or firm them up. M. So see, when I firm up my lips, or the corners of my mouth, I should say, not my lips, the corners of my mouth, I can kind of see dimples right here. Okay, and if you have dimples, you'll see them. That's a good point to make. Look in the mirror when you're doing this. See once if you're doing exactly what my face is doing. Okay, pretend that you've poured super glue in the sides of your mouth, and you're going to glue them to your teeth. Okay, so the funny thing is to try to talk with your corners firm and your cheeks glued to your teeth, but keeping this loose. Can you do that? Hi, how are you? Okay, so this is kind of like the trumpet mouth that you're going to make. Then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to kind of flatten out your chin. So M. See, that's how we do it. M. Okay, so before we get the mouthpiece, we're just going to buzz our lips. Try to do that first. Now, a big thing to do is you're going to need to take a breath from down here. Okay, and when you do that, your stomach goes out like that. So you make the mouth M. And then you take a breath, and the middle part of your lips are going to be loose, and you're going to have the air come out of your mouth, and it's just going to make them buzz. Now, if you look really close, the buzzing should just be a tiny little hole right here. All right, notice that when I buzz my lips, it's a steady buzz. Okay, we don't want to have a kind of choppy buzz. And the way you do that is just get more air from down in your stomach and have it come up. It's kind of like somebody's sitting on you. Okay? Now, while I do this, it's important that my shoulders aren't going, and I'm like tightening up everything here. I'm just M. I'm keeping everything loose. I'm not tightening up like that. All right, so then next what we're going to do is we're going to take our mouthpiece and we're going to buzz our lips, and then we're just going to put it gently on our lips, and you'll hear a buzz. So M. Okay, so now if you're getting too low of a sound, it's not coming out at all. It means you're not firming up the corners of your mouth tight enough, and you're not blowing fast enough. Okay, firm it up more. Okay. Again, look in the mirror and make sure that this is not puffing out. Okay. Now, it's important that you, after you get that, you try to hold a steady sound for like 5-7 seconds. It's like steady air coming out of my mouth, making that happen. All right, it's got to be like a steady, like say the letter F and keep it steady. Your stomach gently goes in, and it keeps the air coming out in a steady fashion. Now, the next thing is if you can get that buzz, then we want to kind of like maybe firm up and loosen and tighten right in here, and then it'll make the sound go up and down. That's like a fire siren, a fire truck siren. So see once if you can do that. Now try not to just blow harder or push your mouthpiece against your mouth. It's all about stretching your lips out. And you kind of like say, you form the letter O and E, O, E, the low note would be like the O and the high note would be the E. So that's how you buzz your lips on the trumpet mouthpiece. So next video is going to be on how to hold the trumpet and get a sound. So after you practiced on your mouthpiece a little bit, go ahead and watch the next video. All right, we'll see you then.